Hello, I am Pam, and this is my channel, Made by Pam. So, today is Friday, December 2nd, 2022, hashtag Friday Sews. So what did I get sewn this week? Well, I did finish the pants that I was working on, the Simplicity knit overall pattern, which I have sitting around here somewhere. I think it's S8855. I don't know. Anywho, I finished that pattern. Okay. And I made a total of 7 pairs. Got them all finished. That's done. And then I went to Joannes yesterday. Yeah, you heard me right. I went before I went and picked up my kids from school. Yeah, tell me about it. But I did have a reason to go. I did. I didn't need to get as much as I got, but I did have a reason to go. So I went to Joannes because I wanted to see if they had any more of the purple denim, the 100% cotton denim that they had last year. And they did not have any purple. They had other weird colors, but no purple. So I was like, dang it. But they did have a black denim. So I'll grab it out of my bag really quick here. So I picked up 2 yards of this black denim. And what am I going to use it for, you ask? Well, I have a project that I am working on. Well, that I need to start working on. So, last year I made a purple denim jacket, size 5X, for a friend of mine. And she was visiting her daughter over the Thanksgiving weekend. And her daughter tried on the jacket, and it fit her daughter perfectly. And she's like, Mom, where can I get one of these? She's like, well, I know somebody. And so they gave me a call, and she asked me if I can make her a purple denim jacket. Like, well, I may not be able to find any more purple denim. Not that same color. I do have other purple denim, but those really are not going to work for this project. But I have about 2 yards that is like half the width, but 2 yards of fabric. So I'm thinking that with the 2 yards of the purple denim and the 2 yards of this, I can kind of collar block the denim jacket and make it work. And then, you know what? I had this crazy idea because she really likes Jack Skellington or whatever, and like I have it on one of my purses I made too. But I actually picked up some fabric, and I think I could get some more from Walmart too if I needed to. Some of the Jack Skellington. I could probably just run over to my cabinet and grab it. But I had a crazy idea. You know? So, and that happens sometimes. I was thinking that after I get the pieces cut and get like the pocket on the upper part attached. I'm trying to think if it's like a inside. Anywho, like after I do like the basic stuff, I was thinking of taking that fabric and kind of putting a lining on the inside, so when she turns to open, it's got the Jack Skellington lined in that fabric. I think that would be really neat. because she asked for a little bit for the pockets. I don't know what she would think of having the, probably not the sleeves being lined, but like the inside of the jacket. And probably not the back side. I'm not sure if I would do the back. I could do the back. But at least like the front part of the jacket lining it, I think that would look really neat. I think that she would really like that. But I am gonna have to question her about it and ask if that's something that she would be interested in. And I still need to find an embroidery pattern to use for that. Now I did go, well, let me finish showing you my fabrics that I got. Oh my goodness, my sidetracked mind. All right. So while I was waiting for them to call my number to go up and get the fabrics cut, I walked by the remnant bin and they had this brown fabric here. It's kind of fuzzy a little bit. And what does that remind me of? It reminds me of a little teddy bear. So I had to get it. It's a crushed penne rich 100% polyester. So yeah, polyester, and it's like a crushed it says a neo solid crushed penne rich 58 inches 100% polyester, and it is just under a yard. But I thought that was really neat, and I had to get it because it reminded me of a teddy bear, and I need to make more teddy bears. And then they had their anti-pile fleece on sale in their clearance section, and this piece just spoke to me. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness, it just makes me want to curl up in it. So I saw this one, and so I knew there was about 5 yards. Well, there was like 5.5 yards of this. So I asked for 5, and then she said for like the remainder 25 inches. If I wanted the remnant for 50% off, I'm like, of course. And then I told her just to wrap it back up on the bolt because that's even better. And the reason why I got this is because it was $4.99 a yard. And I just could not leave it behind. I can picture myself making myself a pair of knit overalls out of this because it's just fabulous. And I would like to make my daughter a pair of like sweatpants, lounge pants to wear. She would really like that. And maybe I'll make my 6-year-old a pair. I don't know if he would wear them, but he might. But depending on how much I have, I might even make a shirt to go with it. And I know my son would wear a shirt if I made a shirt out of this. I know he would. Alright. So, that's what I got from Joannes. And then they put it in a big bag. Alright, so then today I went to the dollar store because, well, my kids wanted a drink because we had just got done at the doctor's office for my 6-year-old because he was getting his well child checkup, and they were saying they were thirsty. I'm like, well, we could go to McDonald's and just get you a drink, or we could go to the dollar store and let you pick out a drink. Well, they all opted for the dollar store, which of course it's $1.25 now, but So I had to get some stuff too. So a couple months ago, I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a while ago, and I'd asked them about this the last time I was in. It had been a while. That was when I was getting into like the mixed media stuff, and I was looking for the glass dropper bottles. Well, they didn't have to be glass. They could just be a plastic dropper bottle. But it has a little dropper thing, and I was looking for it for my crafting thing. Basically because sometimes I want to have water that I can take and open this up. Granted, that doesn't even go all the way down, but I want to pull up a little bit of water and then drop it into a little thing of paint just to liquefy it a little bit better instead of using the plastic pipettes. I figured this would be great. So of course, being that this is the first time I've seen them there, and you never know if they're going to have it the next time you go. Granted, I went right back like 2 hours later and bought some more stuff. But I also picked up some little spray bottles. And, well, and some Andes mints. But I got some fat quarters. So I saw this cute little design. I don't know, I just liked it, so I picked it up. So I picked up 4 of those. So I have a yard of this fabric. I think it's going to be fabulous. And then I only picked up 1 of these, but I'd only seen 1, and then when I went back I saw more of these, but then I decided not to even bother getting another one. But it's a pink square. I'm trying to think of the name and I can't think of it. And then butterfly. Man, my words don't want to work. So what did I go back to the dollar store for? Well, I went back to the dollar store to get a bottle. Now it's a plastic craft bottle with a metal lid. And then I had these little gem things that I'd opened up because I was trying to put them on something. And so I had these in a bag, and the bag doesn't seal. So I decided I just wanted to put them in this extra jar that I got because I picked up an extra one. But basically I have it mounted here on my table. So I have this little jar here. And it's to hold all my bits and bobs, like my extra pieces that I got with my new machine. So let me show you my new machine. And I'm going to go ahead and put these back in the bag so that they're out of the way and stay looking nice. Okay. And I'm going to go set it back on my pile. Yep, you heard me right. I said pile. I have a pile over there that I just have stuff piled on. Okay, so my new machine. Okay, I got it's like a cobbler machine. It's a Chinese shoe patch. It's a sewing machine. It's a manual sewing machine. And I got it to work. So I did mount it on some wood because it did come with this little bracket thing that you mount it to, but the way the screws, the little bolts were, that they would go through here, they wouldn't sit very well, and so I needed to use washers. But using washers on each side from the nut and the bolt, it didn't leave enough room with the machine to actually get a good fit. That was loud. And then these are the poles, and the poles just don't stay on the base very well. So I decided to make a wooden block for it, and I showed it in a video earlier today of me putting the wooden block together and mounting the machine on it. But this was just like a test, so I can easily undo this. But I have this all stitched up. And I know it's not very straight. But it's okay. I'm getting the hang of it and I'm getting used to it. And that was just a practice run. And then I decided to do a little more practicing. Because when I was on earlier, I was still having trouble because I couldn't really like fully thread the machine and figure it out. And I didn't do it before the video because I needed to have it mounted on the block before I could really play with it. So let me show you my machine. It's so awesome. And I got green. I probably could have gotten the black one. I probably would have had more luck if I had gotten the black machine. But I got the green one because green is one of my favorite colors. And not like it really matters. So, ta-da-da! This is my machine. I'm going to push you back, pull you down so you can see. So this is my machine, and I'm just using my like thread spool stand. And just having my thread spool, because this is where it would sit. It's just not very conducive to how it should work. So I'm just leaving it on this for now. And then this is a turning wheel, and it in rest position it's like this. And so I did have to do the timing again, and the timing isn't too difficult. Now I set it and then I had it off, and so I had to redo it. But I got it because when you're doing it, the shuttle is supposed to be able to loop around, like the little hook shuttle is supposed to be able to loop around that thread and pick it up and pull it through here. But I have it working, and then this like little knobby here, I was watching a bunch of different videos. There was one lady, she's a sewer, and she had different sewing machines, and she got one of these machines, and she'd made a base, but a lot of the bases, they were okay. I think mine's okay too. This does kind of feel kind of heavy, but it's pretty good. I used a 4x4 block of wood, in which the block of wood is like 3.5 by 3.5, because of course that's how it happens. And then and I was thinking that I wasn't very satisfied, that maybe I should send it back, especially being that one of the bits, so I got this like all put nicely in this jar. But basically what I have done here is I have a little lid, and so I put all of my like little bits and bobs in it. Now I did have another jar I tried using. Like I got this jar from Keisha, and all the little bits and bobs fit in here just fine, and it fit actually better. But my problem is I broke the lid. Like I split the lid because it was plastic. And then I tried gluing it with some like mixed media glue, like it's a E6000 type glue. I tried gluing it. I didn't do a very good job. And you can still see the cracks, but it's kind of holding together. I don't know how long it will hold together, so I put some little gems around it to kind of bling it up. So as I was thinking, I could have just like mounted it and done that for a little while, which would have been cool, you know, and a little bit of bling. But then I decided, well, I don't know. So I just have them all pushed in here. But what I was going to show you is this is a little like bobbin, like shuttle piece where the bobbin goes into. And the problem with this is it has a hole in it. Like it is like rusted right through. They made it too small. I don't know. But I'm not exactly thrilled with that. But it does have these little teeny tiny bobbins. And then this is like the gear that helps with the timing. So it has to be like placed in there just right, so the timing is just right, so it catches, so that it all functions. So I got it. I got it. It's good. And then it has like a little threader thing that I have in here. Unfortunately, my little like wrench tool doesn't fit in the bottle. That's a bummer. And I'm going to have a fabric launch in a minute. Because that bag is slipping. And it's going to make a bunch of noise in a minute. But so this works. I got it working and it works beautifully. I just had a little bit of tension issues. So here it shows like 2 knobs. Well, only this one really needs to be used. I have a spare of this. I could just take this one off. That would be no problem. But I'm just going to leave it on for now. But you only use the one tensioner knob. You don't send it through both, because sending it through both causes too much tension that the machine just can't handle it. So it's just sending it through the one, and I better not play with that tensioner knob, because if I play with it, it might mess up my tension. And I have it set just perfect. And then this, which is really cool with this, is that this piece here will turn. So if you need to switch the direction that it is feeding through, like if you want to feed it through going this way, you can do that. So I could have put this down this way and it would have fed through like this, and it kind of would have been on an arm like this, and it would have been really cool. But I was trying to kind of like off the edge, because the little needles there, like trying to go through like this, and that's not exactly the best outcome. So yeah, but I got it working. So what did I do with it? Well, let me show ya. So I've had a problem with my shoe where like the little flap on it would come undone. Well, and this isn't the best job, because usually when they're doing shoes, they're not doing it with a sole on it when they're sewing them up, and so and trying to like get that like curved around and stuff, it was a little difficult. But I did like stitch it up all the way around. I went off there a little bit because I just couldn't quite get it quite right, and then around, but my main point was right here. So I didn't even have to do over here or even here. All I needed to do was like from right here to right here is all I needed. But of course I do the whole shoe. But now that's not gonna damage more, so I think we're good. Alright, so what else have I done this week? Well, I have gone to the thrift store way too much. Yeah, I have. But it's hard to not go to the thrift store, Come on. I really need to stop though. But I did find some great stuff. I'm trying to fix my shoe because I just put it back on. I'm trying to fix the tongue. Alright. So, it's pretty much what I've done. And what I need to do. And then this is like the non-existent instruction manual. Give you any kind of instructions whatsoever, and it's like pure garbage. Yeah. So I know there was something I wanted to say, but I can't remember. Oh well. Alright, well, I guess that's about all. I'll show you what my sister gave me. So the other day, she was working, and she had somebody stop by her work and say, "Hey, are you interested in this bag of goodies?" And she's like, "Well, no, well, yes, because I know somebody I can give it to." So my sister brought me a whole bunch of cute little, like, lacy goodness. They're so cute. Look at that green. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. So I have all of this fun stuff to play with. I'm so excited. You know, all this fun stuff. So I have stuff to play with and admire and look at. So that is about all. I think I'm going to work with the machine, see what I can get done with it. I'm going to try a couple of like leather projects or like bags, maybe. I think that would be good to try an actual leather bag on here. Well, maybe not leather, but pleather, you know, vinyl, because most of the stuff is like the vinyl. Like, try something like that because it's thicker, and a regular sewing machine really has a hard time sewing through the thicknesses of those bags and keeping the stitch a decent stitch. But this one does beautifully. So, I'm going to give it a try. But before all that, I need to get that jacket made. Because I kind of gave myself a deadline. And my deadline is before Christmas. And I gotta have time. I have to do the pattern. So my pattern is from it was a brand new denim jacket, okay? So last year, I couldn't find a pattern that was gonna be in the price range to use for the jacket because I needed a 5X and I couldn't find one sized up that high for a denim jacket pattern. And then, although I think there's a company that makes it now, Adam Sews, made a denim jacket for himself, but his is a smaller one. But I think he said that they go up to 5X, so that would be a good thing. But I already have this other denim jacket that I took apart. So I bought the denim jacket from Walmart for like $20. I think it was like a total of $22 with tax and everything. But I got the denim jacket and I had it delivered to me. And what I did with it after I got it is I took it apart. So I deconstructed it. and pin those pieces down to the denim fabric that I had and use that to do the pattern pieces. Well, when I did that, I didn't make actual pattern pieces. I just used the fabric. So I need to actually make an actual pattern piece from that fabric and then put it in an envelope so that I will have it, like either an envelope or a Ziploc bag, something, but so that I will have it in the chance in the future that I need to make another jacket. Which you never know, I could. Because they might come back and say, hey, you know what? My tastes have changed. Can you make me this one instead? And I could. Alright. Well, that is all. I better get off. Thank you guys all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay creative. Talk to you next time. Bye now.